Hey, what's up, Indigos? It is your girl Natalya coming back to you today featuring my studio, but my studio is a little bit banged up, but we're gonna make another video, specifically a reaction video to Britney Spears and her conservatorship, specifically her speaking in regards to the testimony that she gave in court, her audio of her speaking in regards to her conservatorship, dealing with her family members and as well her talent representatives, and specifically with me being involved in the entertainment industry as an actress, as a model, and as well somebody that works very frequently behind the scenes. I definitely want to see what she has to say about her conservatorship, especially since a lot of the Free Britney movement has to deal with something that very frequently happens in the entertainment industry a lot. Oh, and by the way, all of the resources for the Free Britney movement and as well the link to the full audio is tagged down below. I know I didn't go in depth with the Free Britney movement and as well into the conservatorship a lot, but please do your own due diligence. This is just a quick summary before we get into the reaction video, but just go down below and just check out the resources. Okay, let's get into it.
I will be honest with you, I haven't been back to court in a long time because I don't think I was heard on any level when I came to court the last time. I brought 4 sheets of paper in my hands and wrote in length what I had been through the last 4 months before I came there.
What she stated about her bringing 4 sheets of paper and the court didn't even take a look at her documentation or her statement, it actually happens very frequently. And if you have the other party, you have to document and send all of your evidence to that other party before the court hearing date, which is a little bit intimidating because they obviously have all of the evidence and they know how they can rebuttal against you. It's very hard. I'm here to don't cry, Natalya, but it's really hard because you want to present all your evidence, and just because it wasn't included in the case, it's really heartbreaking. It really is.
I was on tour in 2018. I was forced to do. My management said if I don't do this tour, I will have to find an attorney, and by contract, my own management could sue me if I didn't follow through with the tour.
This happens in entertainment a lot, actually. The specific terminology for this type of treatment is called industry planting or industry plants. I have actually gotten approached in the past to become an industry plant by, I don't want to say the names of these institutions or these talent management companies. In the legal documentation, you are 100% controlled from everything from what you wear, what you eat, to who you date, all the way to what you post on social media. And what she's stating is 100% accurate as to what I've seen in Hollywood. It really sucks. It's something that she isn't going through. It's just her, which is another point that I want to bring up in this video, is that this isn't only happening to her. It's happening to a lot of us in the entertainment industry.
I rehearsed 4 to 4 days a week. Half of the time in the studio and half of the other time in a Westlake studio. I wasn't good. I was great. I led a room of 16 new dancers in rehearsals. It's funny to hear my managers.
That little snippet of I was good, I was great, a lot of the news networks have been using that snippet in order to devalue her case and devalue her mental health, because they're saying that she has a high ego, or that she is saying that she is better than the conservatorship.
Honestly, what was amazing about that New York Times documentary was the suggestion that people who obsessively follow Britney Spears caused her to become mentally ill, but also people who obsessively follow Britney Spears should now make mental decisions for her. I find the public push, especially from a media that should know better, pretty disturbing. Here's my question. Do any of them have any information that suggests that she is mentally well enough to handle her own business? People who suffer from mental illness are not reliable narrators. They are not.
When in reality, she ran her whole entire production. She ran her whole entire set. She taught the dances. She did the vocals. She managed everything when her talent company is supposed to help her manage all of this.
And Lithium is a very, very strong and completely different medication compared to what I was used to. You can go mentally impaired if you take too much, if you stay on it longer than 5 months.
So I want to bring up this medication. For the statements that she has given already before they changed her medication, she was experiencing a lot of violations in labor code, even before she got put on that medication. For news reporters and news outlets to say that she is incompetent and her story could be very over-exaggerated due to her being on this medication, when she's brought this same similar situation that's happened more than once. I don't know, I think that's it really pisses me off. It does. Because even if you're saying that the lithium could be an issue as to why she's not coherent or able to speak, then take her off of it, because it's already affecting her in a negative way, right?
I couldn't even have a conversation with my mom or dad really about anything. I told them I was scared, and my doctor had me on 6 different nurses with this new medication come to my home, stay with me, to monitor me on this new medication, which I never wanted to be on to begin with.
When it comes to the Western medicine industry, and this is my own personal opinion, so the comment section come at me, please. I personally don't like a lot of those institutions and large corporations because a lot of times they are looking for overall profits and dollar amounts versus lives saved and actually legitimately helping people. You can easily go on TikTok and see so many accounts of people going to very bad institutions and receiving very bad mental health, which actually made their mental health condition a whole lot worse. You can't even talk to family members in the full capacity that you want to. And even just venting or ranting to family members saying, hey, I'm not okay, hey, I'm not happy, that's healthy. She did not even have that opportunity to rant to family members because that other person was in the room with her.
There were 6 different nurses in my homes, and they wouldn't let me get in my car to go anywhere for a month. Not only did my family not do a goddamn thing, my dad was all for it. Anything that happened to me had to be approved by my dad.
If her family's not doing anything and is acting like they don't know what's going on to her, that's very toxic behavior, which is another thing I want to address too. Your family doesn't even have to be blood family. Hell, her fans are probably closer to family than her own blood-related family.
After I did the psych test with this lady, basically saying I had failed the test or whatever, I'm sorry, Britney, you have to listen to your doctors. They are planning to send you to a small home in Beverly Hills to do a small rehab program that we're going to make up for you. You're going to pay $60,000 a month for this. I cried on the phone for an hour, and he loved everything. I packed my bags and went to that place. I worked 7 days a week, no days off, which in California, the only similar thing to this is called sex trafficking.
She is 100% right, and sex trafficking and human trafficking is very, very, very common in our industry.
What was so eerie, Diane, was how she compared her experience to sex trafficking. That was shocking. I think that all gave the nation pause in terms of how she felt, that it was that extreme to sex trafficking. Whether or not you were a fan of Britney Spears, whether or not you watch her YouTube VMA performance, you all can recognize that if I've been working since I've been a teenager and now I'm an adult and I still have people that I have to pay that I didn't choose on payroll where I'm getting a stipend, that would make anyone unstable.
It doesn't have to be that. This is a problem that I have with film and television, is that we have so much power and we can really manipulate how people's perceptions are in regards to very serious topics such as sex trafficking, such as rape, such as human trafficking. In reality, like I stated, it's not that stereotype of, oh, somebody's gonna come in and kidnap you from the street and they're gonna be of a Latin origin. It actually can be some of your closest family members, and it's not even that stereotype at all. It's not even close to it. So that is absolutely devastating. I can imagine why she's crying on the phone, because $60,000 of your own personal finances is a lot, and to get put through trauma again and again and again, that is just absolutely heartbreaking. I don't even know what to say. Like, I just want to give her a hug. That is just, I'm like, just cheese. It's a lot. It's a lot, and I really feel sorry for her. I really do, and I just hope that nothing bad happens to her. Something bad could legitimately happen to her. It doesn't matter how much the public advocates for her. It doesn't matter. It just, something really bad could happen. So good for you, Britney, for speaking up.
I'm not lying. I want to feel heard, and I'm telling you this again so maybe you can understand the depth and the degree and the damage that they did to me back then. I want changes, and I want changes going forward.
I love how she keeps emphasizing that I'm telling you this again, because it really sucks, the emotional trauma that you go through court case. And court cases like hers, they can take a long time. They really can, especially when all the allegations and when all of the charges that could be pressed on the perpetrator, it adds up, and it can get to a point where no lawyer or attorney wants to take your case because there's so many allegations and so much financial power and manipulation put into the system. And these lawyers and attorneys know that this is happening. They really do. They see this happen all the time. I mean, you can just look at police reports, you can just look at our daily lives, and even some court cases in particular where somebody got justice and somebody didn't. The system is so messed up. It's gonna be hard. She's gonna have to keep going back, and she is gonna have to say her full truth and really fight for her own case. And I just really hope that she feels the love and support from her fans, and her fans actually blow her story up to the point where that financial asset that's involved in that institutionalized governmental structure is no longer of value. So we are back. I had a meeting to attend to, and as well I got a haircut. So we're back, and we have an outfit change because we're doing this on a different day. Either way, I digress. We're going to continue on with this important message, this important video, and obviously talk about the conservatorship more in depth. So we'll continue.
The main reason why I'm here is because I want to end the conservatorship without having to be evaluated. I've done a lot of research, ma'am, and there's a lot of judges who do end conservatorships for people without them having to be evaluated all the time.
When it comes to a conservatorship, according to my knowledge, because YouTube, and for all the haters, I'm not an attorney, I'm not a lawyer, I'm just speaking with my own situation in regards to this topic. But she is 100% right. She is 100% right in regards to certain lawyers and attorneys or certain judges being able to end the conservatorship without specific documentation or without any specific testing or imaging or evaluation to really be specific.
By law, Jody and this so-called team should honestly, I should be able to sue them for threatening me and saying, if I don't go and do these meetings twice a week, we can't let you have your money and go to Maui on your vacations.
She's 100% right about that. She can sue, and I'm so happy she is planning on suing, or from what it looks like, taking that legal opportunity to really tell her story, because that is 100% beautiful and needed in our industry. 100%. These people in this conservatorship own her money, own her time, and everything that makes a human being human. They control her image to the public light, what she wears, what she says, what she does. And at this point in time, it is, if she is able to work and provide her own financial independence, not only herself, but for other employees and other people under her team, there realistically shouldn't be a conservatorship with her. Maybe she can get advice to go get therapy or get help, but if she's already self-sustained in that avenue, I don't know what else to say.
I'm honestly new at this, and I'm doing research on all these things. I do know common sense and the
100%. I'm gonna stop right there real quick, but 100% one of the things that I've noticed in her demeanor and the way how she's talking to the judge is that her terminology that she's using, she's very all over the place. And I'm not hating on Britney. I'm not, for the YouTuber comment, for the haters out there. I'm not hating on Britney whatsoever. I just think that it's a lot, and you can really hear it in her voice that she's trying to keep herself together. She's trying to get the judge on her side, and you can clearly see that in how she's trying to phrase herself and put herself together.
They need to be reminded they actually work for me. They tricked me by sending me to the, okay, I repeated myself there.
You got
also,
this.
I'm supposed to be, I think that's, and I would like to progressively move forward, and I want to have the real deal. I want to be able to get married and have a baby. I was told right now in the conservatorship, I'm not able to get married or have a baby. I have a ID inside of myself right now, so I don't get pregnant. I wanted to take the ID out so I could start trying to have another baby, but this so-called team won't let me go to the doctor to take it out because
that's a big issue already, even for me. As somebody, and I keep using my own past experiences in order to relate with her. She's, in her conservatorship, she has something called an IUD. It's an implant that you can have, if anybody's not familiar with, because we're talking about women's health. And apparently nobody's that well informed about women's health. It's an implant that you can have either on your arm or down in the uterine area that prevents you from essentially getting pregnant or having a pregnancy. She has the 100% human right to get that IUD removed if she wants to. At this point in time, her conservatorship is controlling her fertility and as well her hormonal health at the same time. Already, if the conservatorship is affecting and influencing her hormonal health at this given point in time, and as well not allowing her in order to be a woman and have her fertility there and have her genuinely want a family, that's when I definitely draw the line. That's when I definitely draw the line. Now it's getting to the point where I want to punch somebody. Don't worry, for my FBI agent that's watching, I won't.
I deserve to have the same rights as anybody does by having a child, a family, any of those things, and more so. And that's all I wanted to say to you, and thank you so much for letting me speak to you today.
Damn, let's talk about this. Well, at the end, she really did emphasize one of the things that I feel like I was really emphasizing throughout this whole entire video, is that she does feel alone. She's literally being held hostage. She's being human trafficked at this given point in time. For me, just alone with some of the small things that she's been mentioning that she has not been allowed to do just due to the nature of her conservatorship, that would already make me so pissed, so mad, and I would honestly rebel because I have that fiery nature about me, but I can easily see how somebody would submit themselves to the conservatorship because there is a lack of hope or guidance or realistically any sort of outlet in order to vent or to talk to. We'll see what happens. Hopefully this video reaches as many people as possible. Like, share, do what you need to do in order to really get the word out there that this conservatorship is not actually benefiting her, and it really is tough to see her go through something like this. So I'm done speaking, but thank you so much for watching this YouTube video. And if you want more videos like this, or if you want me to talk about the conservatorship or even do videos of me reacting to the news, I would love to see that because, oh my, the news has just already got me heated. So thank you so much for watching, and hopefully you have a nice, wonderful afternoon. Bye, Indigo Pack. We'll see you next time.